Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, we will be covering about JOT policy JWT, and without any further ado, let's quickly jump to our Anypoint platform. So this is my Anypoint platform, and I am into the API manager for now. So we will try to configure a new policy for the same cricket team API, which is already created using the designer. I will be looking for JWT validation. I will select the latest 113 version and click on configure policy. So I will go with HTTP bearer authentication header RSA 256, and there will be some change over here for JWT key origin. I will change it to JWKS, and we'll keep this one as validate and audience claim mandatory, and that's it. Now, in order to configure some other fields like GWKS URL and this audience claims, we need to set up something from a external vendor which can provide us the JOT validation token basically. So for that, what I have used is Auth0. So this Auth0, you can create access account over here, and this is a it gives by default 22 days of trial version if you are working on your individual level, but apart from that you can opt for a enterprise license as well. So it depends upon that, and you have to just click on sign up. You can give your email ID password and go for sign up, or you can use any of the OAuth options like GitHub, Google, or Microsoft. Since I have already created a login on this particular Auth0 site, so I will directly log into it. Give me a moment. Still logging. Let me try to help you out with the basic navigation over here. So this is a trial version, so let it be. But the main thing for us to take care is about the application and the API. These are the two main things. Let me walk you through. If you click on applications, it gives the option of setting up the mobile web IoT for Auth0 authentication. And if you click on API, it comes up with the default Auth0 management API. So if you have noticed API audience, this particular link, uh, it is being very important, and from this we will figure out a lot many other things like what is the our ID and what is the identifier and what is the token expiration period. You can change it a lot many things from here, and this is also being used in our audience claim values as well. Okay, I will go back over here and I will check for the permissions. So you have seen like all permissions I have given for this particular use case, but you can select the specific one as per your requirement. So I will show a short demo about this permission as well. And machine to machine application, I will let you know like how we can come over here. So go to the application, click on create application, select a name and select this machine to machine application, go for create. After creating it, it will come up something like this, and if you click onto the settings, it will give you domain, the client ID, the client password. This will be handy in creating the token out of this Auth0. I will further talk about this. but just keep this thing in your mind, like this is the particular page from which a lot many things can be covered up, and if it is not in being used, you can delete the application and you can have the rotation of secret you can also enable, but currently it is out of scope for now. Token endpoint authentication method will be the post. Okay, and you can refer to the quick start guide as well if required. So, couple of things, just make a note of this particular thing. It will be a post method. This is the URL which will be used to taken out the token. Content type will be application slash JSON. This is the client ID, and this will be the secret. This will be the audience, and client, the grant type will be client credentials. So from where we have identified this client ID and this password as secret will be the same which is being referred in this curl as well. Okay, now I will go to Postman and will copy paste the same curl. This will be the client ID, the client secret, and I have copied that thing in my body. Okay, and apart from that, the content type you need to set it to the application JSON. This will be a post method. Okay, and the token URL will be it is being mentioned here as well, the OAuth token. So this I have specified here, and if I click on send, it will generate this access token, and this access token will be used while accessing our API. So just make a note of this particular option. Now we will go back on our JWT configuration, JWKS URL. So this is the URL to the JWKS server that contains public keys for the signature validation, and if this can be ignored if the signing method was set to none. So in order to get this URL, this is the generic path. So from where we can identify this path will remain common for each and every account. The only variation will come up at the on the initial handle level. So like in my case, ankur.au.auth0. So ankur.au.auth0.com. So from here we can take, or there is one more way to identify this. From this path as well, we can take this value. Okay. Having said that, this URL will be created, and if you refresh it, you will come to know some fields RS256. Okay, so it will be RSA 256. JWKS we have already set. We can skip the client ID validation for now. Audience claims we have already set to this particular API v2. So we are pretty much good on this, and I will click on apply. So this is being now done, and what I'm going to do now is I will go to API admin again and will change. Okay, this is JWT only, so that should be fine. I will now go to the API exchange and will look out for the instance. Instead of mocking, I will select the JWT instance and will click on send button. I will request the access as well. Okay, we'll select JWT and let's see, request. Yes, it is being accepted. Okay, close. And now what I will do, I will go to this particular URL. This is my the basic API implementation URL, and if I hit let's see what is the response. It says JW token is required. Let's try to confirm this understanding from Postman as well. So let me change this to no auth, and I will try to hit the send button. So JWT token is required. So it means our policy is working fine. Now we will change it to bearer token, and I will use the same SS token which is being generated from this particular OAuth token site. I will click on send button once again. I will copy paste this token and will change it with the same. I think it will remain the same for the some time period. And let's see what happens if I click on the send button. It is still saying unable to establish a connection with public JWKS. Let me quickly check about it. What is the problem here? So guys, we were checking like that JWT token issue. So just want to again further checking it. We are into the API manager, into the JWT validation. I will go to action and for edit. So we need to add that well-known JWKS JSON location, the path which I have already navigated, like RS-256, RSA, and all the other rest of the things. So you need to mention the same over here, and the audience claim values you have to just double check if everything is in sync, and click apply, and we should be good. So again, I will view the API in Exchange. So this is already opened up. So if I click on send button, it is giving me JWT token is required. Absolutely fine. And if I check the same on browser level, it will say JWT token is required. Now on the Postman level, if I go with no auth, it will say JWT token is required. So it is in sync. Our policy is still working. And if I change to bearer token, and this token values can be taken from this auth token, that is from auth 0. We are using the same Postman body using the client ID and secret. This audience path will remain same, and with the grant type scope as client credential, if I click on send button, it will generate a SS token. I think the validity is around 30 minutes. Of course, we can cross check that, and within the token, I will replace this value and will try to send it again. So this time you will see like 200 OK, and our application is working absolutely fine. So with this we come to end of our JOT validation policy. I hope you like this video, and if this video comes handy in any of your situations in implementing any of the complex scenarios, I will be more than happy, and like some of my contribution is getting helpful for every one of you, and I really appreciate like if you give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel and spread the word. It will keep me motivated while giving out some more exciting videos about MuleSoft and its offering. Thank you and have a great day.